Okay, we're going to continue now, and we're going to talk about notes that don't match open strings, that you cannot play with open strings to tune. This would include low 2, high 2, low 1, high 3. Alright, so if you think back to the Suzuki books, which is what I'm thinking about, the first one, of course, is second finger. You do it from the very beginning. And the way you find that too is quite easy. You have your 3 down, you push your 2 up against it. Now your teacher may have put tapes on the fingerboard, and that's great. You can look at the tapes and see if you're on it. But you want to train your ears to hear. You really don't want to use your eyes for this. So it's about touching your 3. Remember, we checked our 3 with the string below and made it perfect. Then we touch the 2 to the 3. And then we get the 3 out of the way. And there it is. That's how you find a regular 2. We call them regular 2s, but they're the 2s that are high that touch the 3rd finger. On the A string, that is a C sharp. How would you find a low 2? Well, remember how we tuned 1? 1 with the string above it. Remember that? So then a low 2 touches that 1. So you can tune your 1 and then touch at the fingertips. Make sure it's the tips, not just back here. In fact, I don't want this touching at all. I want it to look like that. There. But it touches at the tip. That's how you find a low 2. And for now, that's the way you're going to do it, because there's no open string you can play to check. So a great exercise is to put 1 and 3 down. If you have tapes, put them on the tapes. Then push your 2 against your 3. Then pull it back this way towards the palm of your hand, and then set it next to your 1. Touch your 3, pull it back, touch your 1. Touch your 3, pull it back, touch your 1. After you can do that, this pulling back is training your hand, your 2, to be able to come low. So high 2, low 2, or regular 2 if you want to call it that. The high 2 is a regular 2, and a low 2. Back and forth, back and forth. Alright, so once you've got your 2s under control, then you might have to learn the high 3. So 3s, if you're on a tape, a high 3 is just a little above the tape, but let's be more specific. 1 to 2 is a space. 2 to 3 in the early parts of the Suzuki book are not a space. But say I'm playing A, B, C sharp, D. Now say it says D sharp. It's the same amount of distance between 2 to 3 as we had between 1 to 2. It's called a whole step, right? So it doesn't touch anything. But if you knew how to check your 4s, we play 4 with open E. Remember that? Then you just push your 3 up against your 4, and you have your high 3. There it is. That's a new note. High 3 is now accomplished. If you're training your ears really carefully, there will be variations, subtleties between that part of the 3, that you can roll on it until you hear exactly what you want to hear. But in the earliest stages, you want to use what I call the touch method, okay? The last one would be a low 1. Low 1, if you make the letter Y, I had a great teacher tell me this once, don't move this part of the hand, just pull the 1 back, and the Y is here, here, and here. Okay? That's how you go for a low 1. Because you don't want to pull your whole hand down to play a low 1. Then all these fingers are out of tune. Just pull your 1 back to reach a low 1. Now this part of the violin right here is called the nut. It's like a little bridge that the strings come across. And it stops the string at this end, and the bridge stops the string at the other end. If you think of that as being a finger, and your low 1 then is going to go down and touch the nut, or that finger that I'm pretending is down there. You don't want to get too low. You can overdo it, but it's back that way. So you'll practice this, making sure that it doesn't pull the other fingers out of tune. Really important.